Alright, so I'm going to give you the quick overview and then let me know what else you want me to touch on. So you got all your tracks loaded in here. Go to your first one, bring up the settings. So usually go through and do EQ for all of them first. So here's your EQ. First thing's EQ, EQ, blah blah blah. So I get it from up here, EQ8, instrument. I got saved presets for a lot of you guys, but you're just going to have to go in from the defaults and tweak them around to however you think sounds good, or start with how I have them looking on here. So usually everything you'll get EQ and a compressor. I started putting this new one on Kate's keys, electric piano amp. So that and your Dan guitar thing, those come from up here, amp simulation. I think I started yours with clean rhythm funk guitar. Tweaked it from there. Anyways, I think the piano one's in here too. Here it is, electric piano amp. So I tried to throw that one on Kate's because it was kind of hard to hear her in the mix. And then compressor. So basically, look at the bass, EQ, compressor. This is just another kind of compressor. So most of all of them, the regular ones, you just get under compressor. Obviously, I usually just start with generic compressor or gentle squeeze in your case. So you've got EQ, amp, compressor, reverb. I think I started yours from maybe Cathedral, but here's one for your guitar, and then vocals. So if you go to Kate, she's got EQ, compressor, reverb, and then another compressor. So this one, it's only reducing it. So for every 1.68 decibels it comes in, it's putting 1 decibel out. So it's not reducing it really by that much. My bass, I run about 4 to 1. So once it reaches this point, every 4 decibels after this, only 1 decibel gets put out. So on the vocals, I put first one's got a longer attack time and a lower ratio and a fast release, so it doesn't really squeeze it that much. It kind of just gently, here you go, gentle. And then the second one, it's a lot faster attack time and a longer release and a little bit higher ratio. Still not squashing it too much, but that's just because it was kind of clipping on me. So basically same thing. Kyle, you could throw a EQ on there, but he only had a couple of things. Your vocals, EQ, compressor, reverb, another compressor. Drums, I put this one. His I got same spot, EQ8, drums. I don't know what I started it with. Whatever, you just gotta mess around with it. And then these other kind of compressors, this one, and this one, all come from here. Glue compressor. This recoil extender came from this one. drum, gentle side chain. So, and then you side chain it, so you open it up, come right here, turn side chain on, I put it on from the bass, so basically it's the bass input signal that's causing the compression on the drums, so they're not competing for space too much. And then whatever, I dial it back to 80. I'm not going to go through each little thing, because you could just look on here what I have it set at. I'm just going to show you them all. And then you could just go back and pause the video or whatever. So there you go, so there's some cathedral reverb. So then I group these two together. So to do that, command to highlight them both, and then group tracks. So you could do something like that. You know, this might benefit from putting some kind of compressor on both of them just to kind of tie them together, but they're the same thing. Whoops. Don't delete it. You gotta hit ungroup. I duplicated Kate's because it just wasn't coming through that loud. So I duplicated it and then cut them back a little bit. And the difference between the two is just a little bit of different compression and reverb settings between the two of them. And basically, as far as setting the levels, I like to go to this other view, get rid of all this stuff, and just let it play. And then that's the one last thing, saturator and limiter I put on the master. Those are just in here, saturator, limiter. Pretty sure the limiter is redundant after the saturator, because I think the saturator kind of has a limiter in it. This part's gain reduction, but I throw it on the back just kind of as a redundancy, whatever. But before you do this, go back, shut these off, let it play. And then you see right here where it'll be clipping. You don't want this to hit red ever. So clicking on this resets it as you're going along. Two things I forgot to mention were the sends, A and B. A is reverb, B is delay. You could dial those up on the vocal tracks, and then panning the tracks left and right, which is the dial right above the number for the track. But only do the panning after you've completely finished mixing. Do most of the mixing in mono, set all the levels in mono, then set it the pans left and right. Now it won't go over again with these two on. So you don't want them to be working too much, because then they'll give you a squash sound. So basically I try to go through the whole song, and then even if the individual tracks aren't clipping, the master is going to clip, and you're going to start to get that distorted sound that you may not want. So I go through and watch them all, and then after I got them all set and dialed down, I will go through and throw these on. Like I said,